everyone. Happy Sunday. It's a two-stream weekend. Look at that. Back today with a Fan Factions game. Haven't streamed a Fan Factions game for a little bit since they've been out of Arena, so I figured we'd get one going, and it filled nice and fast. We've got Daylon, Kegel, and Scoomy in the game today, and just jumping into faction selection, we've already got Red Ice Maidens, Djinni, and Enlightened in the game. It's been a while, actually, since I've had Enlightened in a game. I feel like people have not been liking seeing them, so they haven't been in as many games. And now Children of the Wyrm. So 3 fan factions plus Ice Maidens should be a good one. We've got an interesting kind of low-scoring track here with double big buildings at the end of the game, but also no big building tile in the game, and also no 6 coins in the game, and no worker power, so it's a little dearth. What's up, Rondo? You didn't want to play with Enlightened? All right, well, you know, that's how it goes. So, anyways, let's see. What do we think about this one? We've obviously got a nice distributed color wheel. I think it's a decent setup for Ice Maidens since they can score late in the game off their stronghold. They could build one temple in round 1, another one in round 2, and in fact, Ice Maidens could probably guarantee themselves a double dig start if they want. I don't think both those power tiles. Well, actually, they definitely could. Enlighten get the early bidding as they probably should. I think they have a reasonably good chance of getting the priest. Children would be really taking it to block them instead of taking the spade in a spade round. So I think that's probably fair. I threw Djinni in this game because I haven't seen them for a while. Thought that could be kind of fun. Although, and they would take the priest action before a priest got to Enlightened. So it's a little dangerous on Enlightened here, but I think they can still do pretty well. Although coins are the things that they don't need, so these early cult coin rewards, I don't actually love them. I feel like at even prices you almost have to bid on them, but when someone inevitably comes back on them, I'm probably not. I'm probably gonna let them go, let somebody else deal with it. Children, I think, are in a pretty good spot here. They get the spade tile, and with a little bit of leech, could probably could have a chance at double dig if Ice Maidens don't take it. The starting spots are a little interesting because we'll probably get C5, Djinni, probably double middle, Enlightened, and then Children. And so the question then is, like, what do Ice Maidens do? They're not going to start on D7, I don't think, because there's no way they get a town off of that. Even if they get D8, there's no way they beat Enlightened to D5, and so you'd have to. That's not going to happen. Children are going to take D6, or Enlightened are going to take D6. That's just not happening. So you could do E2 just for the leech, and then you're probably starting down here, like G5, and hoping for Enlightened to come across. Djinni probably take temp ship here and just open temple 2 dwellings. Like, that's pretty solid priest action for hopefully priest earth 2 for some extra workers. So that's a pretty decent game plan. Or maybe they start like D4. I mean, you could do a dwelling rush here as Djinni, actually, sort of, if you got temp ship. But you'd probably rather send priest to earth. I do think Djinni are the 40, and I do think Children are probably second here. Because Children just have such a nice, like, this, all the negatives of black on this map kind of go away with Children, and the track also works for them, other than the round 4 town round. They may have trouble hitting the round 4 town round since they won't want to build their stronghold till round 5, so unless they have a town location that doesn't need any tokens, which I guess is possible, maybe like the E3, C3 line could work. It's a bit of a low coin game, too. But they're going to get D6, and once even just off of these 2 hexes, you're in such a good spot as children. Yeah, they can definitely get the hexes. I think the only question is whether somebody tries to take C3 from them. There's also the question of what your other opening spot is as children. It's like probably H8. Ice Maidens really want it to be H8 because then they could start G7, which would be great for them. I'm gonna go another point or 2 on children here, and then I'm probably jumping to Ice Maidens. I mean, I love Ice Maidens, and I haven't played them for a while. Red is not the greatest color on this map for them, but or at least in this matchup for them. But I think that's okay. I think they can get this line down here as long as they just need a neighbor. What tile are Ice? Oh, right. So we said Ice Maidens probably have to take power tile if they want to get double dig. That's the bad part. They probably have to take ship scoring along with air 2. Which admittedly I don't love. Still feel like they're probably... Are they better than Djinni? That's what I'm really not sure about. Because Djinni... If Djinni grabs single spade... They only have a good double dig if Djinni don't start on H7, which I'm not convinced that Djinni would start on H7. But you're right. They don't. It's possible they don't have a good double dig. I mean, you could just not go on E2 at all. You could just go like G5, G7, but then you're risking not having neighbors potentially. So maybe I do like Djinni better than Ice Maidens here. Yeah, late big building is good for Djinni. Both Djinni and Ice Maidens. I mean, Djinni, Ice Maidens, and Children are probably all building Stronghold round 5. Enlightened. Daylon here clearly wants to play the Enlightened, so I'm probably... That's fine. He can just do that. Still not sure about what the right approach to this one as Djinni is, but... If you take... Yeah, I guess the problem is you're probably... Relentless, what's up? Yeah, it's this double stream weekend. If you take... Like, I think as Djinni, you almost certainly want to take the priest action with your first action. But then the question is... All right, well, we're doing Djinni. Definitely starting on Earth. Let's see what Ice Maidens do. I assume he's going to go for double dig. Yeah. He's going for double dig. Alright, so he did start with G7. I'm obviously going to start with C5. I want to see what everyone else does. There's no world where I don't start on C5. And then... So I'm pretty sure I'm getting on temp ship here. And so what I'm debating between is H7 and D4. The problem with H7, the good thing about H7 is it's going to get more leech and it blocks the Ice Maidens from getting a good double dig right out the gate. Unless he doesn't start on E2. Either way, it kind of like hurts the Ice Maidens in some way. The downside of starting on H7 is my connection gets pretty imperiled pretty quickly. It depends a little bit on what children do, but not even really, because even if children don't start on I5, I don't think I'm going to get this run. And so then to connect, it's unlikely. Let's put it that way. I don't really even see how I would do it. I'd have to somehow like get to E2 or something. And the problem is, in a game with Enlightened and Ice Maidens, who both also can be kind of culty, Enlightened particularly, I think I probably need some network points. I could also just abandon H7. Just the one dwelling is probably not going to kill my network. Or I could just be aggressive with digs down here. Try to get across. The other thing I'm thinking is that if I start on D4 and I take the priest, I could use it to advance my ship and I could do sort of a dwelling rush. I could build 1, 2, 3, and if I can get a spade, I could do 2 more. I don't know without that leech, though, if I have a realistic chance of getting both a spade and the priest. So I think it's probably still H7. The key is really going to be making sure I can get over here in some capacity. Because children are going to take D6 right out the gate, and then they're going to be pushing C3. So B5 is going to be super crucial hex. But I think it's worth it. Also, when I go here, it means Ice Maidens most likely will start on G5 so that they have somewhere to double dig and not on E2. I mean, I guess he could start on B5 and that would be really nasty for me. But then I'd have enough time to get through here, so okay. H7 it is. Yeah, I think I want to take priest and send it to Earth and just build temple 2 dwellings. I think that's going to be the most straightforward. Sometimes the simple stuff is the answer. All right, Ice Maidens do go G5, so he's probably going to open double dig on those 2 grays, H5 and G8, which means I'm definitely not getting this run, which means this either becomes like a sanctuary town that I just abandoned, and then that's going to hurt my network prospects quite a bit, or I have to find a very creative way to connect. I mean, I guess Ice Maidens actually won't have a lot of incentive to take E2, so it's possible that I could get that late in the game. Oh my god, look at this. And then sometimes things don't go the way you expect. Children block the priest action from Enlightened and then he doesn't even take the spade and takes temp ship. Wow. Okay. I mean, I get the temp chip, I guess, for green because it gives him 2 dwellings. But man, I mean, obviously I'm taking this. This is crazy. Just okay. Now I just put that spade on D7, and I'm opening temple 1 dwelling. I'm still taking the priest action. This is great. But yeah, Enlightened are getting priest blocked, so they're gonna have to 5-power priest. 100%. I'm gonna take it. I was gonna take it anyways. But now I don't even have to. Well, I mean, my opening is like similar. I just don't build I6. Build D7 instead. All right, so we get the double dig. Priest for me, which is great. Because the other thing to think about is this is a little bit of a low coin game, so stacking up on them early. I'm going to take Earth 2 also, I think, is going to be really nice. Maybe I can get on temp ship next round. Yeah, they do have a lot of variance. There's no doubt about that. Stream okay for all of you guys? I got some like weird message that just popped up. All right. Okay, cool. All right, so Enlightened. Wow, Enlightened dug D6. That is super painful for the children. Children did send their priest to Earth. That's the one bad thing about this, is it hurts me on that. So now I have to decide if I send this to Earth or Air. Probably still Earth, but okay. So I think I'm going to go ahead and spade into the center here, because this is going to give me more leech. I don't love giving all that leech to the Enlightened, but gotta have that hex, so better to do it now before he upgrades. Man, without D6, children... That's a really big shift for children. I think these two, this children blocking Enlightened and now Enlightened turning around and blocking children back is... It's very bad for both of them. Wow, are Enlightened not going to build a stronghold? He built another dwelling. Wow, Enlightened are going with a mini dwelling rush over a stronghold. That is not an approach that I think will work out very well for him. So I'm just going to upgrade on C5 to give away as little leech as possible. Might be getting a bit of an Earth 2 rush here. I do still think this priest is going to Earth. And then I think it's worth the 2 coins, even if I end up eventually losing a step. Plus, I can also just shift in round 3 to air. If I go Priest, Earth 2, Earth 1, I still need 1 more step to get to the 8, but hopefully at some point in the next 2 rounds I can get on Cult Coins. Figure children basically have to be thinking about double dig single dig this round, just to get something down. I feel like this priest block was very bad for the Enlightened, but maybe even worse for children. I mean, if Enlightened were gonna take, if they were always gonna take D6, then children were kind of in trouble regardless. We are having an Earth 2 rush. Let me see if I can close some stuff. I don't know where these windows are is the problem. You see, Enlightened aren't even getting any priest to cults now. He did get some workers. What, did he take the workers action? I didn't even notice this. He must have. Yeah. He spent extra leech to take the workers action, so I guess he is still gonna be able to open Stronghold, just barely. But like then he's not even gonna be able to do anything with it. Alright, so let's start looking at passing here. Ice Maidens are going to pass first with their next action. Right, he didn't take water or anything like that. No. So he's probably going to pass on Cult Coins. And build a temple. Which is going to leave me with like dwelling scoring or something? Oh, the children might pass before me. Yeah. Children pass before me. I guess I could take an extra... an extra priest isn't like that good because I'm about to start making 2. Actually, tempt ship would be nice. I guess dwellings or priest is fine because I can advance my shipping and build on D6. I'm not going to get temp ship because Enlightened have 2 more actions. I could build a bridge, but I don't want to do that because I'd rather keep those as separate towns. I think this becomes a sanctuary town, and then I can probably get another town up here. I think just a dwelling plus advancing shipping and building, a temple plus advancing shipping and a dwelling on B6 is probably the way to go. And then maybe if I can get on temp ship or another ship advance the next round, I can claim C3 and start expanding this way. That seems pretty good. Yeah, two shipping really opens things up for me quite a bit. So I think I will prioritize getting there. I don't know exactly what children are contemplating here. Wow. 5-power priest for another priest to Earth? Why? Oh, he wants the spade. He's basically using it as a stall tactic. I'm surprised he would do that instead of just the coins action, but okay. Well, dwelling scoring it will be for me then. Which in a low coin game, 3 coins is not bad. I guess I could have taken ship scoring and gone for 2 ship advances this round, but like I can't build any extra dwellings with it, so actually I might be able to get double dig if it doesn't get taken now. I don't think Ice Maidens or Children are going to have the power for it. Enlightened don't really take it very much. If I can advance my ship and build this dwelling, I can double dig for these 2 hexes. It's either that or I wait until the next round and I do it my first action of the next round so I can do C3. That's actually probably the move. Because Enlightened are going to pass last, so temp ship's going to be open. So if I can get on it, that would be primo. The issue is going to be Ice Maidens might pass before me. And he'll have enough power by that round to take double dig, even if he doesn't take temp ship. So maybe I do end up taking it. TBD. Lots to consider. Wow, Enlightened didn't build the stronghold. Why? Why did you not build the stronghold? Oh, man. I'm so confused. Okay, well, I guess I need to upgrade now. This is going to be nice for Enlightened, but he only gets 1 off of it. If I want Earth 1, which I do. Man, that was so strange. Because with the button, he makes it back. Like, the difference between the priest... I mean, I guess there's the coins, but, like... But this thing has income, too, right? Oh, no, it doesn't. Alright, so maybe not. Maybe it's... Maybe if he wasn't going to be able to do anything with the power, then he actually was better off not building the stronghold last round. I mean, not like not at all, but I'm saying at the very end there. Clearly, he would have been better off building it early, I think. But the Earth 1, and last copy of Earth 1 for me. Since I can't trust the Enlightened to do anything in this game, have to assume this priest is for a stronghold, but you never know. Oh, wait, there's another copy left. How's there? Oh, children don't have it. Oh, and don't have the ability. Well, I guess you could build a sanctuary. Am I better off doing something else? No, I think it's fine. So I definitely have enough for power action of some sort here. I mean, children are probably gonna build a temple too. It's gonna give me a couple more leech. So yeah, I'm gonna advance my ship and build this dwelling, and then if double dig is there, great. And if not, probably just grab coins. I guess children got on temp ship, so he might take double dig right here. In fact, that's definitely what I would do if I were him for F4 I8. Yeah, maybe he tries to build a temple first. No, single spade. Interesting. Ice Maidens could have enough for double dig now, but they don't really have anywhere to go with it. The thing about this map is that like you run out of space very quickly sometimes, and without shipping, which is why I'm so gung ho on advancing shipping. Yeah, so H7 almost certainly is just getting abandoned at this point, because the Ice Maidens will also beat me to I4, and so it can sit there as a leech, and maybe late in the game, if E2 is still around, I grab it, and that'll allow me to connect it up, and if not, that's okay. We'll just do everything in the north here, north and swinging around to the west. The crazy part, actually, after all of this start, is that like Ice Maidens and I were the 40 factions, so these guys went at each other's throats and really hurt each other's games, even with their 15 or so point deficits. Now I'd rather have my position or Ice Maidens, even if all of our scores were the same. Consider turning down video settings. That's what this thing is telling me. I don't know what's going on. I think this computer is maybe due for an upgrade. try that. That might help. All right. Dwelling. This double dig may actually come to pass, which would be pretty sweet. What I really would love to do is get on cult coins for next round. Because then I don't have to use one of these priests to get to the 8-step on air. That would be cool. Because Ice Maidens are going to use this cult step, but then he's done, right? Unless he wants to build a bridge or something like that. Or take workers or something funky, but like I don't see any of those things happening. I think he's going to pass, which means I can pass right after him. And I also don't feel so bad about using all of these powers if I'm going to get 4 more coin income next round. So I think we should do this. I mean, obviously I don't build anything with it, but I think that's okay. Enlightened would really have to be out of their mind to mess with my hexes here. And I know that he's made some weird moves, but that would be... This is one that's worth risking. Wow, bridge? Oh, he's going for a town. Enlightened are going for a town this round, I think. Which seems wild to me. Like, why are you doing that and not sending priest to cults in a temple round? But I guess if he's worried about someone taking the 2 key, not even that good for him right now. Well, if Ice Maidens for some reason don't pass, I can pass on ship scoring, and that's a-okay. Or even temp ship, for that matter. Nah, I don't know if I'm ready for temp ship. Ah, perfect. Cult coins it is. And so I'm probably just building these 3 dwellings, or maybe 3 dwelling, 2 dwellings, and a TP or something like that. And then try to do C3 and all the rest of the dwellings the next round. Hopefully on temp ship. Be right back. All right. So we're just still waiting on the Enlightened here. Okay, he didn't go for a town. Grab some priests instead. Which makes sense. Good job, Enlightened. I would have liked first priest to fire, but that's okay. What I'd really love to get this round is a coins action. But I don't think that's going to happen. I think at this point I'm probably just like building my dwellings, getting over to air, and if I can pass on to ship scoring for next round, that would be perfect. It's actually probably 2 dwellings and a TP to build. So I think Scooby's going to take double dig. Yeah, because he went on temp ship. So he's going to dig like F6, H9 or I4, F6. So if someone gives me a little bit of leech, coins action might happen. Definitely crazier things out there. Oh, you know what? Yeah, I just forgot about my Colt Spades. So I do need to advance my ship once this round, because then with 2 ships I can throw Colt Spades on like A7, C3, but most importantly either C3 or B5 to enable me to get over there next round, and then I don't even need to find regular spades. Oh, that's great. I wonder if I do A7 or not, or if I try to get the Enlightened to come to me. Probably not. Probably do A7. Single dig from children. Oh man, okay. This coins action is actually very possible now. Oh no, E2. That's not very nice. Ugh, why would you do that? Okay, not the end of the world. Just a little annoying. Wonder if Enlightened go for the town 1 round early now, or if they try to wait. Because if he goes for the 2 key town this round, he could quite easily get to the 8 spot for some spades, and cold spades are pretty good for the Enlightened. But I could also see him being enticed by the town scoring next round. Bridge, interesting. I just realized that if Ice Maidens pass ahead of me, well, it'll depend if he advances his ship. I was going to say if he passes ahead of me, he could throw a spade on c3, which would be a little annoying. Doesn't seem optimal for him. But you never know. Children have enough power now to take to take this coins action. I would love this coins action so much. Ha 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 ha. Thank you, Mr. Enlightened. That's so nice of you. Now, if the children just don't take it, we are in great shape. Do we think Ice Maidens are building another temple this round? Probably, right? Water 1. Seems like it could be in their future. The children did not take the coins action, although, oh, no, now Ice Maidens have enough to take it. But he didn't. All right. Amazing. Thank you. That is so great. So, so great. So I do think that one of my cold spades is going to go on a7, because I think that it would be, I think I can just building a stronghold here is a good idea. And even if I have to eventually build one more expensive TP to finish this town, then this can just be a sanctuary town. And it's probably just 2 towns, and then the rest of this can scatter. I mean, I guess I could try to go for like this town. We'll see. That one's a big question mark. I'm not gonna like super go out of my way for it, I don't think. And then what I would really love is to get on either dwelling scoring or shipping scoring for next round. That would be really great. Because if I can build like 5 dwellings next round, which is exactly how many workers I'll have, and the coins, I'm going to spend 4, so I'll have 7, plus 2 is 9. If I get one off the, yeah, if I get either of those tiles, I'd have enough coins to build 5 dwellings. So that'll be great. I mean, I actually have the space to build like 7 dwellings, but won't get to all of them. But that's all right. It's not a dwelling round. It's just a expand round. Actually, 5 dwellings is going to be all my dwellings on my board anyways. Because I'm going to use a lamp jump over to air. Then I'm going to build a TP on D8. And then I'm going to pass. Hopefully. I mean, if I need to... Oh, and I got to advance my ship. So I got 3 more actions. So hopefully one of those tiles is there. Someone's probably going to pass on ship scoring, so I might have to be trying to time this after the Enlightened. Which hopefully will work. Children need a ship advance. This has got to be shipping, right? So he can put his Cold Spade on E6. Everyone's getting Cold Spades this round. The other thing next round is I need to send some Priest to Colts to get some of these spots for when I build my Stronghold, hopefully in round 5. Alright, Children took the ship scoring, so now we gotta try to time this. Which I think Ice Maidens are passing before Enlightened, so then I just have to outlast Enlightened, which also seems doable. I am going to give him a bunch of... I can give him a bunch of leech if I want to. So if I want him to stay, I can do that. I mean, I don't know if he actually will or not, but I can at least try. Have to think he's taking at least one more action to build A5. So let's see what Scoomy does here. Luckily, I act in between them. Feels like if I were Scoomy, I would just be jumping on this spade tile. Unless he's thinking about advancing his digging soon, and then therefore it's not worth it. Because he probably wants to try for a town next round, although he doesn't have a great way to do it. Unless Children come to E6. Then he'd have a neighbor and he could build a town there. Need a bridge still, but... Alright, he goes Priest Earth. So let's do this. Earth Air. So now... So Enlightenment with another TP. So he's going for 2 towns next round, which seems reasonable. But now he's on the verge of passing, so I'm going to give him his leech next round, assuming, unless Ice Maidens pass. If Ice Maidens pass, then I won't give him his leech. My concern is he passes either way for TP scoring. Like, Ice Maidens could take a priest here, for example. Oh, no. Okay, cool. He passed on TP scoring. Alright, so I'm going to get my dwelling tile. Nice. That is great. So now we can do a ship advance. We will not give Enlightened any leech to make sure that he passes. Why is this being very slow today? So now he, I believe, is forced to pass. I guess he could take a priest action. He's not going to do that. He's going to pass. I'm going to go TP. I'm going to pass on dwelling scoring. Oh, and I guess I can throw a priest to a cult. I might as well do that, right? Where should we put it? I guess fire looks slightly better than water. I'm most likely passing the last next round because I'm going to have a long round building lots of dwellings. And everybody else's rounds look fairly short. So I don't think there's any value to holding on to a priest for an extra action next round. So sure, we'll do a priest of fire. Why not? Now, I do have to decide whether I'm digging C3 or D4. C3 obviously gives me another spot for a neighbor, and I guess maybe potentially a town spot. Sorry, B5, not B4. But also gives the Enlightened a bunch of leech. No one can threaten C3 besides Enlightened, but I feel like I should just do B5. Also, right, Enlightened, otherwise Ice Maidens might try to go around me, do something funky up here. That would be annoying. So let's just do these two. Children take coins. Wow. Already had a lot of coins. Ooh. Big wind gust outside. Alright, so here's what I assume will be the 2-key town for the Enlightened. Yes. Or not. Yes. So I'm going to use my second lamp this round to shift back to Earth, I guess. Maybe I put those spades on like A3 and try to get a town like this. Or C3, one spade on A3. I mean, what's the water one situation? Nothing's been taken. It's going to depend on the Ice Maidens a little bit. If they advance their shipping, then I can't dig C3, at least not immediately. But this is the same to put 2 here, and yeah. Okay. I'm going to need some coins next round. I might be taking a coin town with my first action. Sanctuary, probably water 1, and a coin town. Guess I should build here. That's kind of a good hex. For next round, I would really like to pass on to probably ship scoring would be my best option. If not that, I mean, honestly, cold coins would be fine. Another cult town for the Enlightened. All right, he is making a push. That's one thought. Should I potentially forego ship scoring and just pass right now for cult coins and, importantly, the coins action? Well, I gotta do my shift first. So let's do that first, and then we'll see. It's a solid maybe that I should be doing that. Fatty, what's up, dude? Long time no see. How you doing? Things are good. Yeah, things are good. Finally getting back to doing a little streaming. It's been very busy lately. But we have an odd, rainy June Saturday weekend, so got to get some TM in. So children came over here and dug G4. Children came over here and dug G4 instead of going to E6, which makes me very happy because not giving Scoomy a neighbor on F6 or F7 means he has to choose between expensive TP or building his stronghold around early. I mean, the stronghold's worth 6 points on the pass, and it's only 5 to build next round, so like he's probably just going to build it. But still nice to not have him have the option. All right, so we're going back to Earth for these spades. And yeah, the more that I look at this, I think that if nobody passes ahead of me right here, I think my best option is just to pass I know I'm giving up 1 point on the dwelling scoring, but that's not a big deal. We're going to cult dig A3, I think, is the plan. And try to potentially carve out a spot for a third town. I guess I could also do B4 and hope that children come up to B3. It's certainly possible. If I leave it open. If I take A3, then they almost certainly won't. Yeah, I guess B4 makes more sense. Although then I am reliant on also getting C3. Ice Maidens could block me pretty easily. Oh, Ice Maidens went Fire 2 for their town. Interesting. And there go all the cult towns. So we've got some heavy cult competition this game. And we're also running out of cult spots would be the one other reason to not pass. Although there's only one priest left. See, the thing is, I'm not going to get on ship scoring even if children pass. Someone's going to pass ahead of me. So I think I just want to pass right now. For coins and a coins action, and I'll be in really good shape for next round. Because now I can take like a worker town and I can build both big buildings. So I can build Sanctuary, finish that town, take a worker town. I think the big question is, do I take Water 1 or do I take Fire 2 so I can get, which I might ultimately also want here. Especially if I want to get 2 more towns, but I guess I could always just build another temple in round 6. Water 1 seems pretty good. It's going to be worth... I mean, it's probably only worth like 9 points. That's not that much. Oh my god, all my cult spots are going away. This is going to be a kind of a sad Djinni stronghold. I guess I should have expected that with Enlightened in the game. It's all right. If I get one of those Priest of Fire spots, it's still an 11-point stronghold. That's pretty nice. All right. Put the desk down. Let's see. Children have cult spades too, so I assume his are going on like E6 H4. I mean, I would love it if they'd go on B3, but I don't think they will. Even when I put mine on B4. wonder where Enlightened are going to go. He needs some shipping. Maybe he just tries to dig like H6, I5, and ultimately turn that into a sanctuary town. I guess that could work for him. He eventually needs 3 shipping if he wants to be connected. But I feel like this is what he's angling for. Water 2. Locking it down. Yeah, I was never going to be particularly high scoring cults on this game as Djinni. I might be able to snag air next round though. Given that I'm on cult coins. All right, Enlightened. Put your spade down and let's do it. Been kind of a slow game. Ice Maidens are going to pass the last 2 rounds with 9 points each. That's pretty sweet. Oh, Enlightened did get his dwelling. I mean, even after all of this bashing on the early Enlightened game, he's going to end up with like 20-ish cult points and 3 towns and some network points probably. Like, given that he's already scored 2 of those towns, I think he's 20 points behind. I think he's probably going to come up a little bit short, but it's not like he imploded as Enlightened can do. It's like, could have been worse. Could have been worse. All right, so we said this was the right answer. Children dug I9. That's interesting. Instead of E6. Oh, I guess he's probably just thinking this is a sanctuary town in the middle here. And then this is like stronghold 4 structures. I guess that could work. This has got to be I5 to blue. Yep. All right. Big fat coins action. Now, what's the water 1 situation? There's 2 copies left. Both Ice Maidens and Children do not have it. And I don't think Ice Maidens, at least, are going to take it at this point. He's just going to build Stronghold. B5 and G4. Oh, D5? Yeah, like this? Yeah, that makes sense. It's either that or he could come over here and just do H1, H2. The problem is nowhere in any of those plans that we just discussed involved him coming to B3, which is what I really would like him to do. But we'll see. So Scooby's going to have a super short round here, it looks like. Enlightened are going after my air cult. Don't like that. All right. So I think we're definitely going to build Water 1. The question is, what town do I want? So if I want to build both big buildings, that's 12, and a TP is 15. Like, I think I need more coins. I think even after all of this, I need a coin town. And there's no cult town, which would be like the other one that would be interesting. So this is what this is going to be. Oh, actually, you know what? No, I don't want to do this yet. I want to send a priest to fire, because if those priest spots get taken, I'm going to be really unhappy. Sorry, folks. We're starting with this. Because I'm not worried about Water 1 now that Ice Maidens can't get it. So let's do other priorities first. Shipping for Ice Maidens. So now he's within range of threatening my Hex, but can't do anything about it. I'm assuming he's doing that primarily because he's on ship scoring. More so than anything else. And Enlightened took the last fire spot. Alright, not terribly surprising. So now we can do our Sanctuary. Oh, maybe that should have been a worker town. I can use priests. I can use a couple priests as workers. I'm overflowing on them anyways. Oh, the stronghold's only 3 workers. Awesome. Thanks, Fatty. So I only need to use 1 priest as a worker, because I'd love to build both these dwellings. A9 and B4, just to make sure no one messes with them. I guess no one's going to mess with A9, but so I can at least build B4. These guys are fighting over air cult. This is so annoying. Maybe they'll wait too long and pass out. I definitely want to do the switch because it's worth 4 workers that I think are going to be worth it. I guess Enlightened actually are probably going to build a sanctuary for Air 1 and close it anyways, right? So then the question is like, are the 4 workers worth it, or do I try to steal Earth maybe? If the children don't take it? Luckily, I'm guaranteed to get a pass tile. Yeah, I don't know if they're worth the Earth Cold. It's a good question. I mean, I'm also not guaranteed. Like, I still have tempo? Oh, he doesn't have a town. Oh, that is a great point. You know, they very well may not be worth it. Yeah, you're right. I didn't think about the town thing. Yeah, that's going to be the move, isn't it? Nice call, Fatty. I did not see that he didn't have a town. Also saves me one Djinni shift that could potentially be useful. Probably not, but maybe like fire, water last round. No, probably not, but I mean, I guess we were talking about children in his stronghold, but I don't think he's going to be able to build it this round, which means he's only going to get 2 tokens down, which greatly imperils his 3rd town. I mean, I don't think he can. Does he have enough? Can he afford it? He needs a worker. No, isn't he a coin short? Oh, it only costs 5. Yeah. Yeah, so he can do it. He did not. So he's going to go for a 3rd town without the stronghold. Try to build both next round. I mean, he can do that. That, like, will work for him. Nice of him to take F3 instead of G2. He might go, like, well, no, I was going to say he might go fire 2, but no, because he's got to have it there. So, I don't know. Well, since we already started doing this, we might as well finish, right? All right. Children are passing, presumably on ship scoring. So now I get either dwelling or TP scoring for the last round. I think I'd rather have dwelling scoring. But it's not a huge difference. I mean, without a neighbor, I don't think I'm getting a town up here anyways. So... I'd have to build... Well, actually, it's not so bad. I'd only have to build 1 expensive TP, because then this would happen without another TP. So maybe I could do it. I just need fire too, but those are available. There's my nice 11-point stronghold. Yeah, I guess this actually does make sense next round because I think I'll have enough to do. I can do a hard dig, even without all those extra workers. Hard dig on C3, and then I just need 2 TPs. And the 2 TPs and the temple for fire 2. So that's 10 workers. I should have that, right? This last worker does not actually matter for me right now, or last dwelling. So unless I wanted to build a TP right now, which I don't. No, I don't. So we're just gonna pass. Enlightened just don't have enough points, I think. Even with all these cult points that he's going to end up with. I think almost all of these priests of mine are going to become workers. Actually, how many coins do I need? I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 13, 18. Yeah, I definitely need to hold on to my coins. So, be a hard dig situation. I was trying to figure out if it was better off for me to hard dig or to use single spade. Clearly hard dig. I do have 2 more towns coming though, so that's nice. Coins action for Ice Maidens. So Ice Maidens are going to finish this town, obviously. They'll probably advance their digs to do so. But then that's kind of it for him. Oh, no, he doesn't even have to advance his digs. He's on the spade tile. That means he doesn't have a pass tile, though. But so he gets his town. 9-point pass. And then, like, that's kind of it, right? I mean, he's got Earth 1, so I guess he could advance his digs or ships and try to build out more dwellings. Yeah, he'll probably do that. But he's not going to be able to compete on network. At least not. Yeah, I think not at all. There's the Wyrm stronghold. So I guess I should do this hard dig first. I mean, I guess, like, theoretically Enlightened could, like, come then mess with me, but That's pretty damn unlikely. I'm not going to lose Fire 2, right? See, no reason that I would lose Fire 2, so... we're going to do this. What was round one? So it was crazy, actually. So I was in second seat. And Enlightened were in third seat, and Children were in fourth. And Children, instead of taking the spade tile, took the priest to block Enlightened. And then so Enlightened took Temp Ship. And so I got the spade, which was really wild. And so my round one was just Temple, Earth 2, and a Dwelling. And then I also took the priest action, sent it to Earth, although it wasn't the first one because the Children took that priest that they used to block the Enlightened, sent it to Earth first. So that was the opening. But the spade tile, obviously, quite nice. And then in round 2, built another temple for Earth 1, advanced ship, built dwelling on B6, and got double dig, but didn't have any workers to use it. And then built those dwellings and TP in round 3, up ship, expanded from there. So not the cultiest of games, but round 1 was digging, and round 1 was, which was particularly crazy that the spade got to me in a dig round in second seat. And round 2 was temples, so lots of coins early in the game, and didn't have to use any of my shifts until my lamps until round 3 when I popped over to air for the cold spades. And then all my mid-game spades here have come off the cult. So I did, this was a bonus spade. These two were double digs, and everything else has been cold spades until this hard dig that I just did. So that was pretty nice. I didn't have to waste a bunch of power on digs throughout the game. Also, Enlightened just took Earth 3 with their Sanctuary here, so any concerns I might have had about Fire 2, I think, are over. We'll know for sure when the Children build their Sanctuary. Now, they might want Fire 2 because to finish this last town, I could see it. So we'll see what they do. If they build Fire 2 right here, I'll go ahead and just grab it myself. Just on the off chance that the Enlightened get any sneaky thoughts about blocking me. In fact, I'll probably do it right now either. Like, it's much harder for him to block me by coming up to D8 and messing with A9 than it is for him to just take Fire 2. Yeah, here's Sanctuary. An odd feeling it's going to be Fire 2. Do I want this coin? Almost certainly yes. Yeah, there's 2 copies because Ice Maidens took it for some weird reason. Well, it wasn't a weird reason. It was town round. Oh, he didn't take it, though. What did he take? Oh, there was still a water 1 left. Ha! Funny. So now I'm not worried about Fire 2 anymore. So we'll go with the TP. Oh, I forgot to convert. Damn it. That's all right. Enlightened advanced their ship, so he's gonna finish with, let's see, he's got 12 right now, right? So he might get to like, let's see how many dwellings they have left. 3. So he could get to 15 theoretically if he can find the digs. He's got the workers, so yeah, he probably will dig like B9, A10 at least. Well, once he gets to 3 shipping, he could go like B3, D3. Oh, maybe I'll get a neighbor. That'd be fun. So yeah, Enlightened are probably getting to 15. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I think I'm probably maxing at 14 because I have this stranded dwelling. Children probably gets a 14 too. He's a little low on resources. But he's got his towns. So maybe. We'll see. Alright, now it's time for Fire 2. Come on. Be right back again. Alright. What did everyone do? Shipping again. Digging for maidens. TPs. Oh yeah, double power town. Nice call, Fatty. I didn't see that. Alright, let's get a town ourselves. I think we're taking a worker town. I mean, I've got the... Alright, because I want to build a TP and a dwelling, and then, God, I'd love to build 2 TPs and 2 dwellings. I don't know if I'm going to have the coins for that. But I don't have a lot of town options here, so... Hooray! Neighbors! Might actually let me get an extra dwelling down. I kind of saw that coming. That was his only way of expanding for extra dwellings. Because now he can get to these 2 greens. Actually, I don't think I want to do this quite yet. I want to do this first. See if I can get some more free leech. And then with this second town, the priest might actually be the better action. I just have to count my resources. So like I need TP in a dwelling is 8. So I'd have to have 16 to do 2 TPs and 2 dwellings. That seems unlikely. I've got 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Oh, maybe. If I took another worker town, that'd be 13, 14. Probably we'll get to 15 with this. So it's not totally crazy. Or I just build... Oh, that's mean. That's the end of that. I mean, I could build it on I6, but it's not as useful. Now I think it's just temple... I think it's just TP dwelling and advanced ship. Which I think I will have enough for, right? TP dwelling advanced ship is 13 resources, which I already have. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I will if I take a priest town, so that's what it's going to be. It's not a huge point differential. I mean, it's one less network, but now that the Ice Maidens have taken G2, there was nothing I could do about it anyways. So, on the network front. Children... Oh, children screwed themselves. Well, he can take a bridge. That's what he's going to do. Children got blocked out of fire too, and also don't have a TP available. So his only way to finish this town is to take a bridge. So he'll presumably do that. And then probably build a dwelling or two. Well, 1 maybe. He might have enough for 2. Cheap dwellings, I forgot for a second. Come on, buddy. Whoa. Why? Why you don't want your town? That's crazy. This guy just voluntarily didn't take a town. That's quite strange. And now he can't get it because he doesn't have the power. Right, just to make sure I've got enough here. 5 and 3. Yeah. Might have to use Priest's coins, but that's all right. Towns are for chumps, apparently, yeah. I mean, he beats me on network with that, but don't like know why that helps him so much. I mean, I think he was going to do that anyways, is the thing. Maybe he just didn't see it. Look at this. 4 different colored dwellings in a row. Love that. Yeah, I agree. There was a lot of potential in the Wyrm game. Um, there was really more potential if they had gotten D6, which they may not have gotten even if they don't take the priest and take the spade tile. But I would have loved it. I was curious. That's what when I was bidding, I bid a lot on Wyrm before I jumped over, and my anticipation was getting D6, and then things would have been really great. But yeah, F3 was a strange move. Oh, I gotta do a priest too. What's up, Scoomy? Good game. Crazy first round. Crazy bonus style selection and first round. I think it's me. Because Children screwed up. He didn't get his last town. He could have built a bridge and finished his town, and then he just didn't do it, which is very odd. So I assume I have it. Plus, he and I are equal on network, and I have a pass tile. I guess he got pass tile too, but yeah, he had the power to take the bridge, and he just decided to spend it on a spade for A2 instead. Which is so strange. Yeah, G9, also C2, like, the whole thing was very weird. All right, we're going to do a ship advance. To do a priest to a coin. And you know what's funny is after all of that, this last lamp is going to be useful. Because right now my combined cult score on fire plus water is 4 points. And if I switch them, it will be 6. So that's cool. So, Djinni. Sweet. Honestly, Scoomy, it was less about what I saw in Djinni and what I was worried about with Ice Maidens. I think they were close. Getting spade in C2, yeah, clearly. No, it was more about like I kind of foresaw that being able to use double dig as Ice Maidens, you were going to have to do the G5, G7 start, which meant, and you probably weren't going to have a neighbor in the south for a while, which meant not a lot of leech. So I was a little worried about that. And then also just the fact that you have Enlightened and Djinni in the game means Ice Maidens probably aren't going to do a ton on the cults. And they're not expansively a big faction. So, I was just worried sort of where all the points were going to come from. Whereas Djinni, I figured could be competitive on network and towns. I mean, ultimately, I'm still only getting what I guess tied second is pretty good for network. But I also put Djinni in the game because I haven't had them in a game for a while and was kind of interested in playing them. And so when I thought I am and Djinni were pretty close, I was like, yeah, I'll just go Djinni. So preference as much as anything that I saw, but I did think Ice Maidens had more risk. Because early in the game, like in the auction, I was already talking about with Djinni about how I was worried about getting a cross over here because if Wyrm get D6, they snap C3 pretty quick, and then all of a sudden this gets a little tight. But once Enlightened took D6, it gave me more space to operate over here. And then I also landed pretty quickly on H7. Like, if it just sits there and is abandoned, that's fine. But the early leech plus blocking Ice Maidens from getting the double digs together, I thought that was pretty valuable. I also thought there was a chance you might leave E2 alone, and I could just grab it late game for the connection, but you did not do that. That's all right. I found the third town, which I most of the game did not think was going to be the case. Oh, you get second? Oh yeah, not quite enough. All right. Well, fun to get back to the fan factions. Hopefully we will have more soon. Apologies for, I think there was a couple stream glitches. My computer seems to be a little unhappy, but hopefully you got to watch most of it, and we'll see y'all next time. Oh, this one can go. Djinni. This is a Djinni game for the YouTube. I don't think I have one. Nice. All right, it's going up. Love it. See y'all later.